Hello everyone, this is Melon. As you know, in the new update 35.5 for Melon Playground, the developers have significantly changed the map of the Endless Ocean. But the strangest thing isn't even that. It's that along with the update, huge mutants have started appearing on the seabed, creatures that have never been in the game before. And they look incredibly creepy. Some look like giant fish. Some look like mutated underwater monsters. And some even look like living islands. And to be honest, when I first saw them in the depths, I really felt uneasy. Because the developers haven't said anything about these creatures at all. It's as if they deliberately hid them in the ocean's darkness so that players would discover this secret themselves. But today we'll try to test a very strange theory. What happens if you throw these mutants directly into Nano Assembler? Is there a secret item to be obtained? A new creature? Or even a hidden achievement that no one knows about yet? And honestly, considering how strange these monsters look, I don't think they're just decorations. It's as if the developers actually hid something inside the new ocean. What confuses me most is that they're located so deep that many players have never even seen them, and some don't even know they exist in the game. And that's really strange, because usually developers try to show off new content as prominently as possible. But here it looks like these creatures were deliberately hidden. And because of this, a huge number of theories have already emerged around them. Some say they're future bosses. Some are sure they're connected to secret seeds. Some even believe they have hidden mechanics that no one has yet discovered. And to be honest, after everything they've already added in 35.5, I wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be true. But before we get to those mutants, I want to show you another very strange secret of the new 35.5 update. A subscriber told me about it just a few hours ago. He wrote that you can make a secret bloody NPC in the new update. And to be honest, at first, I didn't believe it at all. But then I decided to check it out. And now we'll find out if it's true. To do this, go to a map with lava. And as soon as we load in, immediately pause the game. Because this secret supposedly only works when time is completely stopped. Now let's take a regular Melon NPC. And we carefully lower it right into the lava. And the strangest thing starts here. Because after update 35.5, objects got a new outline in the lava. And that's why you can see NPCs even inside the lava itself. But look closer. Melon starts to turn completely red, even though the game is still paused. That is, time in the game is completely frozen. But the NPC still starts to change texture. And it looks as if it's really becoming some kind of bloody mutant. And it looks incredibly creepy, especially if you set dark lighting on the map. And honestly, at one point, I even thought it was some kind of hidden secret NPC. But then I thought about it. What if it's simply because Melon is literally a watermelon? So, it's green on the outside, but it's completely red inside. And what happens is that when the lava burns the top part of the texture, it turns red inside. And honestly, that sounds pretty logical. But then another question arises. Why does this work with other NPCs too? Because the tomato NPC turns almost black. The dragon fruit NPC starts to look like some kind of secret character. And the robot NPC turns completely red. And all this happens even when the game is paused. And now that's really weird. Because physics shouldn't work at all at that point. But for some reason, the lava keeps changing the NPCs. And I think it's either some hidden bug in update 35.5, or the developers accidentally broke the lava mechanics. But it looks really cool, especially at night, because if you turn off almost all the lights on the map, then only the lava itself will glow. And all these NPCs start to look incredibly creepy, especially the robot NPC. He's starting to look like some kind of secret boss from a horror game. And the longer I looked at him in the dark, the more I got the feeling the developers were actually testing some new NPC mechanics, because it looks too unusual to be a simple bug. And maybe, future updates really will feature some mutated NPCs or new types of creatures. Because update 35.5 has already shown that the developers have started moving towards stranger and more atmospheric things. And honestly, I really like it. Because Melon Playground is starting to feel like more than just a sandbox. And as a game with a ton of hidden secrets and mysteries. And honestly, I think very few players even know about this secret. because the yellow outline in the lava literally only appeared now in 35.5. But never mind. Now let's move on to the most interesting part, namely, the new mutants from the ocean. I've already downloaded the Endless Ocean map, and specifically the new version, after the update, because only here can you now find giant creatures in the depths. And honestly, they look truly terrifying, especially because of their size. Some of them are larger than huge islands, and some look like they're ancient creatures from the ocean floor. And the most interesting thing is that there are so many different types of these mutants. There are green ones, there are white skeletons, there are blue creatures, and I think the developers deliberately made it so players would look for them on different seeds. Because I'm almost certain there are even rarer mutants that no one has found yet, especially on strange seeds like 666 or other secret numbers. But we'll check that out in the next videos. And now let's try to find out the main thing. Can these mutants be used inside Nano Assembler? Because if it works, then this could turn out to be one of the biggest secrets of Update 35.5. And now I've found my first candidate, a huge green fish. And honestly, it's so huge that a regular Nano Assembler looks downright tiny next to it. But we're not giving up. So let's scale up the Nano Assembler several times. Open the parameters, find scale, and increase it to an insane size. Now the Nano Assembler looks like some kind of enormous laboratory. And the funniest thing is that even after this, the mutant barely fits inside. But okay, now the most important moment has arrived. Launch the Nano Assembler, and let's see what happens. Honestly, at this point, I really thought some secret creature was about to appear, or at least a new achievement, because this all looks extremely suspicious, especially when this huge mutant literally starts disappearing inside the Nano Assembler. And at one point, it even seemed like the game was lagging a little, as if the mechanism was actually trying to create something new. And it's precisely at moments like these that you start to wonder, what if the developers really did hide the secret crafting? Because Update 35.5 was already too weird. First, the new creatures, then the hidden visual effects with lava, now these mutants, and it all looks like part of the update was deliberately left for players to explore. But while Nano Assembler is working, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I check new myths, secrets, and strange theories about Melon Playground every day. And especially now, after the release of Update 35.5, people have started finding a huge number of strange things in the game. But unfortunately, nothing happened to the green mutant. Although, to be honest, I was really expecting some kind of secret. But never mind. Let's try another mutant. And now I found a white skeleton fish that looks like a monster from Skeleton City. And it looks really creepy, especially in the deep ocean, when you can barely see anything around. And only this huge white skeleton lies somewhere in the darkness. Honestly, it looks like a real horror movie. And it's this one, in my opinion, that has the best chance of being a secret creature. Because it looks too unusual, as if it's not a fish at all, but some kind of ancient monster. We enlarge the Nano Assembler again, this time even more, because this mutant is also huge. And we start the process. And honestly, at that moment, I really thought something was about to happen, because these creatures look so strange. But while the process is ongoing, I noticed something else very strange. The longer you look at these mutants, the more it seems like they shouldn't even be in Melon Playground. They're too atmospheric, too creepy, and too different from the game's regular objects. And that's why a bunch of myths are already forming around them. Some players even think this is a hint at the upcoming huge 36.0 update, where they might add full-fledged sea monsters. And honestly, after everything I've seen, I'm already starting to believe it. Because the developers are clearly experimenting with something new. But still nothing. And honestly, it's starting to look like the developers deliberately made these mutants as mysterious as possible, but without hidden mechanics. Although I'm still not completely sure about that, because the update is too new, and perhaps players simply haven't discovered some of the secrets yet. But finally, I decided to check out the smallest mutant, the blue one, because small objects work best inside the Nano Assembler, and if anything was supposed to work, it was this one. I've already prepared everything in advance. We're starting the process, and we're waiting for the results. And to be honest, At that moment, I was truly certain something was about to happen, because the nano-assembler started acting strangely. There were lags, strange sounds, and it even seemed to me like the mutant inside started moving a little. And that was truly creepy, especially when the ocean was pitch black all around. But, unfortunately, nothing again. No achievement, no secret NPC, and no hidden item. But you know what? Despite this, the mutants themselves still look incredibly creepy, especially in the dark ocean. And honestly, when I first saw them in the depths, I actually felt uneasy, because they look like the developers might make full-fledged sea monsters in the future. And maybe, this is just the beginning, because 35.5 already looks like an update in which the developers have started adding a lot more hidden items and mysteries. And it seems to me, players haven't found everything yet. So if you enjoy these kinds of secrets, theories, and myth testing, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like it, because I'll continue to search for new hidden mechanics, strange bugs, and secrets of Update 35.5. And maybe, in the next video, we'll find something even crazier. This was Melon. Good luck to everyone, and bye.